Hi, today I'm going to show you how I did this look. It's definitely a holiday inspired look. I have my cute thrifted earrings. Spoiler alert, we have the Armani one because I'm obsessed. This is just basically going to be a makeup tutorial that is sculpted, elongated, but it's just a makeup that's going to look really good with red lips. If you don't want shimmer, then you can leave it matte like I'm wearing it, or you can top it off with your favorite shimmer. I just want a matte look. Just kind of mess up the hair a little bit, get some champagne, and then we're ready for the holidays. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what else you want to see. So if you want to see how I do this, let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with a primer, an old but trusty primer. It really does help with the pores and I just love how it looks. Just going to apply it all over my pores. So now I'm going to try the technique underpainting because since it's the holidays and we want more of a glam look, I really want to do an underpainting technique. So I'm going to use a very dark contour shade from Makeup by Mario. This one is the Soft Sculpt in Dark. For underpainting, I think it's going to be best if I use a dark color. And I'm just going to use a brush to just blend it out. Kind of like that. I never really tried this, so this is basically a first time me doing it. It's gonna create a sculpt from within. If you've never heard of the method of underpainting, is what a lot of makeup artists have done throughout the years. I know that Scott Barnes does it and Mary J. Phillips does it. She kind of went viral a little bit because she uses it on Kendall Jenner. Now I'm gonna use my trusted and beloved Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It's kind of like a medium coverage. I'm going to use 2 pumps for it. And now I'm going to cover up the contour. Maybe you don't need 2 pumps. Does that look good? I want more makeup on holidays because it's more of a night out. Alright, so I feel like it did a little something. It's definitely very subtle though. Maybe I should have gone lighter with the foundation. I do see like a slight kind of bronze there. So it does work. Probably gonna have to put bronzer on top. So I think I used too much foundation to cover it up. You can see it a little bit there though. You can see it. I'm gonna go with my eyebrows now. I've been using the Brow Pop Nano from Kosas because it's so thin. This is literally the thinnest eyebrow pencil I have ever used. So we're going to use this to fill in the gaps. I love it because it definitely gives you hair-like strokes. There's nothing thinner than this on the market. If you use precisely my brow from Benefit, this is half of that. This is way thinner. So thin. Look at that point. It's tiny. I mean, look at the difference of my brows. Natural, it looks good. Anybody that craves super precision, extremely OCD precision, this is definitely the one you need. Now I'm gonna go in with the brow tint from Refi, and I'm just gonna really quickly just fill it in. This will tint my hairs a little bit, so that's why I like it. And it has great hold. Honestly, the hold on it is great. It's not as strong as a clear brow gel, but for a tinted brow gel, this one is so good. And I just want my brows to look as natural as possible. I don't like doing overdrawn or blocky brows. So this method just really works for me. Now I'm gonna prep my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot. I haven't had one of these in forever and I love MAC lately. MAC used to be like my first makeup store that was kind of pricier that I would get a lot. I used to get it all the time. The paint pots I used to wear so much all over the lid and that's it, which you could definitely use like that, but I'm going to use it as an eye base. A lot of people tend to do this with concealer, but I don't like doing it with concealer because concealer is just too creamy. This one dries down to a matte. I just want this inner part to be as neutralized as possible. If you don't like a matte eye base, then you probably won't like this because it's matte. I haven't applied any concealer yet because we're going to use it to clean up afterwards. I really just want to build a more elongated eye shape today. I'm going to start by using the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow stick. I use this almost all the time. I want to build an eye look. I start by applying it on the lash line and you have to blend it quickly because it will set. It's kind of like a long wear eyeshadow product. This is going to bring some definition to the lash line. It's going to make your lashes look fuller. It's just going to look more put together. kind of like that. You see that it just gives a little bit of definition right there. If you feel like you need to add a little bit more, just add little by little. The important part is that you keep blending. All right, so now we're gonna grab a matte eyeshadow palette with a bunch of browns. I'm using, of course, the Patrick Ta one, but you can use the Makeup by Mario one because it's basically like the same colors, or any brown tones you have, really. You don't need to run and get palettes. Like any brown shadow palette will do. I'm gonna start by building my crease. I'm gonna use this cream color right on the top, and I'm just gonna blend it out on the eye shape. You see it brought back some definition on the crease. Try not to raise your eyebrows because then when you lower them, everything's going to be way lower and you're not going to get a lift. So leave your brows in place. Don't pull them up. I'm just going to extend it as much as I can. Your brushes should be clean for this because honestly it gets muddy and messy really quickly. So try to have clean brushes. Just really try to create that outer flick shadow here. That's gonna make your eyes look really elongated. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit of this more cool tone brown. I'm just gonna start building up the outer corner. I really just want this to be like an outer V on your eye. Just like literally defined outer eye. You see the outer corners of the eyes getting more dark. That's really what we want. We just want to sculpt the eyes. We're not trying to go too smoky here. We just want sculpt. Now I really want to grab the darkest brown here. I'm just going to set the lash line. And if you drag it out just a little bit, it's perfectly fine. This is your eye look. You can do whatever you want. Whatever feels more natural to your eye shape, you should do. I'm going to grab a little bit of that dark shade and apply it on the outer corners of the eyes, kind of like connecting it. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of black, just some powdered black. Tap off the excess and just really close to the lash line add some black. I'm going to flick it a very small amount, just like that. So now that I have kind of the eye makeup done, if there's any lines that look too harsh, I'm just going to take a moment to blend it out. You could put tape here to do this eye look and be less messy. I don't love it when it looks like you had a tape on. I prefer just a more blended look. If you feel like you need a quick little cleanup, you could just use a Q-tip. So now we're going to apply some concealer. I'm going to use the House Labs one. We're going to add a little bit on the inner part and then a little bit on the outside. Alright, so we're going to blend out the concealer, and this is the part where we're going to clean up any excess shadow. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the Tower 28 to just brighten up, because I feel like that concealer from House Labs is a little bit too yellow on me. This mirror is so dirty. My bad. I'm basically just doing a little bit of the white concealer on the inner part. So I'm just going to blend it a little bit because I don't want it to be super sharp with the concealer. Like I said, I don't want this to look like you peeled off tape. If you like that, then you can do that. I'm going to add a little bit of blush really quickly. It's the Westman Atelier in Petal. This is a perfect color for a red shade, which is what we're doing. It's like very pinky and it's gonna look really, really good with a red lipstick. And now that I have blush, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some powder. Back to using my Ilia one because it's the most matte I could find it, and it really helps with my oils. And I do want to top it off with the Armani blush because it's pinky. I want to set the blush. I want it to last all night. So I really love this one. This one's 51 Amore. Really, really love this combination. I'm just going to add a touch of that color to define this inner part of the eye. Kind of brighten it without adding any shine. Now I'm going to finish the eye with some mascara. I'm going to use my favorite mascara, the Tower 28. Love it. Time for the lips. I'm just going to use a little bit of powder. I'm going to use Ruby Woo by MAC. You could also use Cherry. For the lipstick, I'm going to use the matte version of 400 by Armani. It's the Lip Power and it's so gorgeous. I did a full video of all these shades. I'm going to leave it linked. I think this is the perfect red for the holidays. Look how gorgeous. So stunning. I love this color so much. Super gorgeous for a red eye. You can definitely add a wing eyeliner to this if you feel like you need it. I love it how it is. This, you're gonna get the definition, the sculpt, and it's gonna look very classic and it's gonna look gorgeous. If you feel like you want to add a little sparkle, then you can definitely do it. You could add some silver, you can add some gold. You can even go darker on the lips for sure if you want. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I will see you on the next one.